Good morning. This is your message for today. Today being July 26, 2013. My name is Chip Taylor and I'm coming to you from beautiful Melitopol, Ukraine. And the daily reading today is from the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1 through 17. And it starts, "In those days, God delivered all these commandments. I, the Lord, am your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that place of slavery. You shall not have other gods besides me. You shall not carve idols for yourself, in the shape of anything in the sky above, or on the earth below, or in the waters beneath the earth. You shall not bow down before them, or worship them. For I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God, inflicting punishment for their fathers' wickedness on the children of those who hate me, down to the third and fourth generation, but bestowing mercy down to the thousandth generation on the children of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not leave unpunished those who take his name in vain. Remember to keep holy the Sabbath day. 6 days you may labor and do all your work, but on the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. No work may be done then, either by you or your son or daughter, or your male servant or female servant, or your beast, or by the alien who lives with you. In 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that was in them. But on the seventh day he rested. That is why the Lord has blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that you may have long life in the land which the Lord your God has given you. You shall not kill. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male or female servant, nor his ox or ass, nor anything else that belongs to him." Praise be to God. All right. In the Ten Commandments, one way of looking at this, there's a wonderful book by Emmett Fox, written in the 30s, probably early 30s. And the name of it is the Ten Commandments, but it's a different way of looking at it. Now, what Emmett Fox says about the commandments is not to look at these as thou shalt not do these things. Emmett Fox talks about you can't do these things. If you do these things, the harm you are causing yourself is tremendous. And that it's not as though this is a set of forbidden things that you cannot do. These are things that if you do it, you're messing yourself up. You're causing yourself problems. Not a rule, but just the right thing to do. Now, the jealous God, all of us serve other gods. All of us serve other gods. The almighty dollar is another god. Sex. Fame. Our position in society. Our possessions. All of these we serve as other gods. You shall not take the Lord your God's name in vain. That's hard for me. That's hard for all of us. We get in a habit. But to take the Lord's name in vain is to not give the Lord the honor and prestige that he deserves. To become too familiar with the Lord. The holy day, whether it's Saturday, as my Seventh-day Adventist friends believe, whether it's Sunday, a day has to be set aside for God, and no work is to be done on that day. What if you're a nurse? What if you're a doctor? What if you're a policeman? I'll let that be between you and God. Me, I'm none of those things. I am a pastor. I do present God's message on Sunday, and I'll explain myself to God when I see Him. Honor your mother and your father, that you may have long life in the land. Sometimes it's hard to do that. I deal with a lot of dysfunctional people from dysfunctional families, and it's hard to honor a mother that wasn't there or a father who's been abusive. But it's not so much, it's more not to dishonor those people than it is to honor them. Because to dishonor, to carry around the resentment, to not forgive, it's not punishing your mother, your father, it's punishing yourself. You shall not commit adultery. Adultery is wrong on a lot of different levels, but it's the way that it diminishes you. You shall not steal. Again, the guilt involved with stealing. And stealing, there's a lot of different ways to steal. Pirating movies. Not necessarily paying your taxes the way that you should. You shall now not bear false witness against your neighbor. Any slanderous thing, any rumor that you continue, any rumor that you share with somebody else, hey, let me tell you what I heard, that's slander. That's false witness. Even if it were true, it is not to be said. And then it goes on to talk about coveting. Every one of us has everything we need. It's the difference between having what you need and having what you want. But happiness comes from wanting what you have and understanding that it all comes from God. We're just renting this place. All the possessions that we hold so dearly, they're just in our possession for just a little while. It's though we have rented them. This has been your message for today. Today being July 26, 2013. My name is Chip Taylor, again coming to you from beautiful Melitopol, Ukraine. Hope you have a blessed day. Come back and see me tomorrow.